Eshua family protects everything. Isaac gloated inwardly. Eli continued, the smallest one protected our family's pride. Is that not glory? Go collapsed to the floor. The order was given. Gather everyone at the main building. Standing before the family, Eli announced, we will bestow a blessing upon Isaac. Days later, Reliel hurried after his father. Father, aren't you simply bestowing a Holy Spirit? What do you mean? Eli stopped. Don't you understand? Using the temple's fire or water to purify the Skeleton King's curse would cripple him. It's too intense. It would destroy everything demonic, preventing Isaac from learning exorcism. He'd never surpass level 4. I will let Isaac choose between fire, water, and a Holy Spirit. A family member sneered. So it's a test. He'd never give it away so easily. 3 energy orbs hovered before Isaac. Choose one, Eli commanded. Reliel held his breath. Fire, water, Holy Spirit. Please, choose the white orb. The room fell silent as the child's small hand reached out. To everyone's astonishment, he grasped the red fire orb. Isaac raised his prize high and cheered. The scoffer turned to his disappointed companion. Don't be disheartened. Level 4 is enough for an Eshua child to bring glory to. A dazzling flash cut him off. The fire orb in Isaac's hand cracked, releasing an uncontrollable surge of holy flame. What? Is this the temple's flame? The elders cried in terror. From the inferno, a graceful figure with cracked skin emerged. Reliel Eshua stared, stunned. No way. That's a powerful Holy Spirit. Even Patriarch Eli Eshua was pushed back by the force. Father, Goal shouted frantically. Stop making a fuss. Goal. Eli replied coldly. I never said there was only one spirit. He smirked. The Eshua Foundation is water, but the boy used fire to melt the papal gold. I set a trap, and he chose the right answer. Shalak's composure shattered into fury. Eli Eshua. You must have lost your mind. How dare you summon me, a king, to the mortal realm? Her aura brought the elders to their knees. Killing intent flooded the hall, followed by a wave of furious fire that swept everyone back. Erect a holy defense spell. The elders screamed in despair. Father, are you trying to burn down our domain? Goal yelled over the roar of flames. I didn't summon it, Eli said calmly, pointing at the table. That boy did. Goal froze. Eli smiled, amused. That boy. Isaac broke out in a cold sweat. I might actually die here. The fire spirit hovered majestically above the chaos. Isaac panicked. I only meant to summon a mid-tier spirit. How did it turn out to be king tier? A crazy thought crossed his mind. What if I use all my holy power? The shadow entity beside him realized what was happening. Magic-resistant flame? That's it, a flame capable of transforming mana into holy power. Master, this will be very helpful. True, but how do I make someone like this obey? Isaac thought, crossing his arms nervously. A king-tier spirit meant ties to the divine realm, exactly what he wanted to avoid. That's the mad holy spirit the gods severed ties with. An elder shouted. Eli stroked his chin. They criticized its hair color, didn't they? How petty. Silence, you lowly humans. Shalak launched a burst of fire at the elder, then turned on Eli. I am not the one who summoned you, Eli said. He pointed at the infant. He did. Isaac forced a clumsy grin. Are you insane? Shalak roared. You sacrificed a baby to summon me? Your family may be in decline, but how could you do that to a child? Isaac immediately began waving his chubby hands and babbling, perfectly playing the innocent infant. Internally, however, a vicious plan formed. Strong and hates the divine? I'll definitely make you mine. Fine, I'll confirm it myself. Shalak growled. If he truly is my summoner, he must withstand this. A gigantic fireball shot straight toward the sitting baby. Isaac, Eli shouted, reaching out with a hopeless hand. That's right, Shalak sneered. I'd rather put you to rest myself. Smoke and scorched earth filled the air. As it cleared, Isaac sat there, babbling happily, completely unharmed. Now you should be convinced, Eli declared. Form a contract, or break it, and face the penalty. Shalak gritted her teeth, golden eyes flaring. Penalty? I'll take this opportunity to destroy the Eshua lands and enjoy my freedom. She pointed at the patriarch. Just sit there and watch your lands burn, you stupid whale of... Her insult was abruptly cut off. Isaac had grabbed the fire spirit's leg, who had suddenly shrunk into a doll-sized form. Isaac, that's not food. Eli and the others rushed over in a panic. This time, Shalak. Shalak froze. You crazy bastards. How did you raise this child? She shrieked as Isaac happily gnawed on her arm. I'll retreat for now, but I will repay this humiliation. Trying to teleport? Isaac thought, his eyes flashing red. See you later, you stupid bitches. Shalak yelled, vanishing in a flash of light or trying to. Silence fell over the room. Isaac innocently chewed on the fire spirit doll while his inner voice whispered, too bad, isn't it? Shalak panicked. She hadn't vanished. The Skeleton King's demonic energy bound her like a fiery shackle, nullifying her magic. What the hell is this? An elder cried. Demonic energy? Ah, that's because he swallowed the Skeleton King's finger. Eli Eshua explained calmly, ignoring his son's horror. Shalak groaned. As an embodiment of holy light, she was vulnerable. My power, it's disappearing. Father, please stop it, Goel pleaded. Sorry, can't do that, Eli replied. He turned to the spirit. Remain in my grandson's body and purify the Skeleton King's mana. Do that, and I'll let you go. Refuse, and I'll let you be devoured. You lunatics, Shalak screamed. I would have cut ties ages ago if this wasn't the Sanctus family, but she had no choice. She gritted her teeth. Fine, I'll use this child to mess with that damned Skeleton King. Suddenly, Isaac squeezed her tight, his voice echoing in her mind. Damned what? Say that again. Terrified, Shalak pivoted. 4 days. Imprison me with this guy for exactly 4 days. I had hoped for longer, Eli mused. He raised his voice. Open the East Castle gates. Take Isaac and the spirit. No one enters until purification is complete. Father, the East Castle is Goel started. Enough. Eli's cold gaze silenced the room. Isaac gleefully gnawed on the spirit. Internally, he cheered. His exile was right next to the massive mana core storage. Soon, a violent explosion of demonic energy shook the East Castle. Outside, servants gossiped. Young Master Isaac has lost the succession. Is he really cursed? Of course. Wild rumors spread that Isaac had withered into a bald old man or a skinless skeleton. Time passed in a blur of fire and curses. Then, chaos erupted again. A manager rushed down the hallway, ignoring the maid's screams, and threw open the heavy door. Lord Isaac, she gasped. Are you all right? Isaac sat calmly on the floor, sucking a lollipop. How strong is the curse that you're still so small? The manager whispered. I'm keeping myself small on purpose, Isaac thought. A baby's body absorbed power best. It was the only way to reach a new realm. Beside him, Shalak writhed. No matter what, I must purify that damn brat, she hissed. She looked at Isaac with despair. Why do you have more mana today? I was almost done yesterday. She screamed, unable to understand why the demonic energy continued to pour out of him. Isaac sneered, revealing the secret only to himself. Because I've been absorbing mana from the cores under the annex for 10 years, you fool. After a decade of effort, he had finally gathered enough. Shalak collapsed from exhaustion, while the dark entity within him rejoiced. Without proper schooling, I can now use level 6 holy magic, he declared proudly to himself. It will be all right, master, the manager reported. The Pope is also mobilizing. Isaac spun around. The Pope? She picked him up. They intend to execute the Skeleton King's 14 minions for threatening the Empire. Isaac screamed internally. Are they crazy? I need those guys. Unaware of his panic, the manager placed him in his crib. Damn swindlers, he cursed. I have to do something. Elsewhere, a nobleman beamed at his son. Well done, Shuri, the youngest ordained priest. I heard the princess herself will attend your ceremony. It is nothing, Shuri replied, humble yet confident. I am your son, after all. That's right, you did so well because of... The father froze as Shuri vanished in a flash of blue light. Huh, Shuri? Shuri screamed as he was thrown through the air, crashing hard onto a floor. He looked up in horror at a familiar figure leaning over the railing. Hey, Shuri, Isaac said, his voice dripping with menace. Do you want to die? You! Still haven't given up lying? You think getting into the academy is a big deal? Crazy bastard, Shuri cursed inwardly. All your achievements are thanks to my training, Isaac declared smugly. I tried my best too. Do you think it's easy to be top of the class? Shuri retorted, then deflated. But, it's true. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. Perhaps I should prepare for that too, Isaac muttered. Shuri explained that most holy magic could only be used after ordination. You will help me, Shuri, Isaac commanded, flying toward him. Sensing killing intent, Shuri snapped to attention. How can I help? Isaac smiled sinisterly. Hand over everything. The quiz prize money. Whatever Goel gave you. All of it. Devil, Shuri thought. He hugged Isaac to change the subject. By the way, what's this about the Skeleton King's subordinates being killed? Since the incident at the Holy Artifact Vault, they stopped obeying orders. They're just waiting to die, so they'll be executed. Isaac turned away, resolute. There's no other way. I'll do it this year. Do what? The priestly ordination. You're not even in the academy. How can you do that? Isaac glared. Are you laughing? No. Shuri scrambled to explain. You can be ordained through a recommendation letter, but it requires achievements proving your qualification. You have to save the life of a prominent figure. Isaac realized he only had 1 month left. He grabbed Shuri's collar. The princess will be there, right? Yes, but... And the princess is a person of very high social standing, isn't she? A sinister smile appeared on Isaac's face. He had a plan. Meanwhile, at the Joshua Manor training grounds, a silver-haired man crossed his arms. Leave, he ordered the 2 guests. Isaac will not go to the capital. Sir, he needs to attend this year's founding festival, the female teacher pleaded. That is where all Saint candidates are ordained. The family head remained cold. Despite Isaac's 10-year seclusion, the nobility still whispered about the miracle he had performed 17 years ago, eager to see him return. The teacher pressed on. It is my lifelong wish to teach him. The ceremony coincides with the princess's birthday. She played her trump card. Even the Pope will be there. The family head paused. The Pope? The news that the Pope would personally bestow the hero's title of power multiplier and golden opportunity left the man stunned. The family head tried to deflect. Isaac isn't old enough to be ordained. What does age matter in the face of talent? The female teacher retorted. Faced with the educator's persistence, the family head sighed. Fine, do as you wish. The teacher cheered, but the head wore a meaningful smirk. However, you must take responsibility for your words. Meanwhile, Isaac sat smugly in the lap of a haggard Shuri Eshua. Memories of the mansion explosion flooded back. A stranger had watched that fire from afar, muttering, "So it's over there." He had identified the terrifying power unleashed. A king-tier, magic-resistant Holy Spirit specifically, the one that failed to become king due to a personality disorder. A dark plan formed. The papal family collected Holy Spirits. If he stole this one, his position was secured. He had a trump card ready, a plant capable of neutralizing holy power. He would suppress Isaac, trigger the Skeleton King's demonic energy, and reap the benefits. This is the room, Professor. The door opened, and eager guests stepped in. Finally, we meet young Master Isaac. One man remarked, his appearance hasn't changed from 10 years ago. Isaac's innocent red eyes looked up. He grinned. Welcome, my letters of recommendation. The teachers clutched their chests, smitten. Oh, my heart. Only the family head remained immune, glaring at the child. How dare you try to charm me, you cunning brat? Isaac decided to act. He pushed holy power into the man, holding him to trigger the Skeleton King's energy. Come on, lose control. Silence. Nothing happened. Isaac rubbed his head against the man's chest, feigning innocence while panic set in. Why is there no reaction? I use enough power. The fire spirit on his head snapped. Hey kid, just kill that priest already. The man smiled triumphantly. A king-tier spirit, my chance. He clutched a handkerchief in his pocket that emitted a dark aura. Isaac innocently reached for a cloth to wipe his sweat, then froze at the scent. Don't tell me. He had walked into a trap. Suddenly, the fire spirit coughed violently, clutching her neck as her sacred energy turned chaotic. Dark power erupted from her. Shalak screamed in a frenzy. It's out of control. Be careful, Professor. The mastermind crushed a magic ring. Now is the time. A fireball formed in his palm the Sever Pain spell. He launched the destructive surge at the spirit under the guise of containment. Shalak screamed in agony as the flames engulfed her. Isaac merely smiled. Do you really think that will work? The butler and manager rushed in. Isaac, young master. The audience has gathered. Good enough. Isaac looked at the energy orb in his hand and closed his eyes. The chaotic demonic energy was instantly drawn toward the crib, surging through the room and forcing the witnesses back in horror. What? Young Master Isaac is absorbing the demonic energy himself. Isaac's eyes snapped open, crimson pupils glowing. He snapped his fingers. The demonic energy has been dealt with. He signaled the spirit. You should stop too. Pure blue sacred energy enveloped the fire spirit, instantly extinguishing her frenzy. Blue sacred energy. Oh my god. The butler gasped. The manager gasped. Hovering in midair, Shylock calmed, her flames extinguished. She stared at her body, shocked by the power that had subdued her. The teachers cheered. He controlled the Skeleton King's energy and quelled the spirit. The butler gazed at his young master, voice trembling. A miracle, Isaac. Tears filled his eyes. You've finally spoken. I'm so proud. Internally, Kim Yesak was annoyed. Damn it, why is that the important part? The crowd cheered, unaware of the boy's calculations. Meanwhile, the observer collapsed. Damn it, how could this happen? Shylock hovered above, dripping sarcasm. I'm asking the same thing, loyal subordinate. Her eyes blazed. Who's the mastermind? Mastermind? It's a misunderstanding. I only came to meet young Master Isaac. With fire-resistant gear, necklace, and bracelets, Shylock snapped. Say misunderstanding again. She bellowed, from now on, all fire spirits sever ties with the papal family. She smirked at the man. Don't misunderstand, I just don't like your face. The observer panicked. Wait, how can a spirit break a divine covenant? Those stupid rules mean nothing. As Kim Yusak smiled, Shylock crushed the observer. Get lost. She approached Isaac. You saved me and controlled the Skeleton King's energy. I'll stay and repay this favor. Shylock had fallen right into his trap. The teachers nodded. We must return to the Holy See and report this. The plan was a complete success. Kim Yesak couldn't hide his sinister smile. Relai Eshua arrived at the Patriarch's office. Eli Eshua announced the Holy See approved Isaac's ordination. That fast? Because he saved the Inquisitors? Relai asked. No, because he possesses a king-tier Holy Spirit. Eli held up a paper. More importantly, I tested Isaac's knowledge. He scored perfectly on all 1,600 questions. Relay was speechless. Aside from his terrible attitude, he sighed. The boy has no flaws. Eli nodded. We just need to check the personality test. The one that compels truth? Relay read the first answer. Family conquer its mind. They chuckled, but the second answer wiped their smiles. Ambition? Behead all gods. Relay crumbled the paper at the final answer. Goal? destroy this country. Eli's voice deepened. Only we know this. If he takes this again, Eli trembled, he'll be executed for heresy. Eli slammed the table. Accept the ordination in his stead. Do not let Isaac leave the house. We must prioritize home education. In his room, Isaac gripped his luggage. A shadow whispered, Master, have you decided? Of course. Grinning, the boy hoisted his fortune onto his back. It's time to run away from home. At the Roman Imperial Academy, rumors spread through the Holy Magic Department. I heard a 10-year-old is being ordained. Nigel Seaford, a redhead, sneered. Who does he think he is? A kid who can barely walk. He turned to his classmates. He hasn't grown an inch in 10 years, cursed by the Skeleton King. Don't you think so, Shuri? Shuri, a blonde, remained silent. It's probably just ceremonial. Another student soothed. The brown-haired friend sighed in relief, but inwardly he cursed. That annoying bastard. Nigel sneered. Must be great living in the Saintess's house. Even an unqualified kid gets to be a priest. His brown-haired friend slammed the table, screaming internally. This bastard just won't stop. A cold voice cut from the doorway. You're underestimating the Holy See's priests, Nigel Seaford. Keena Barrett stepped out of the shadows, smirking. Most importantly, the one who accepted Isaac's nomination was your father, Duke Rion Seaford. I didn't realize you were stupid enough to insult your own blood. Nigel spun around. Shut up. You're not even a student. What are you doing causing trouble? I was invited, Keena replied calmly, as an advisor and holy magic instructor for your graduating class. Nigel and his friends froze. Keena turned his attention to Shuri. I worry about you too, Shuri. Since Isaac is cursed and cannot become a priest, we can only hope the Eshua family survives until you become patriarch. Shuri stood speechless, enraged by the implication that he was merely a servant holding the line. Keena smiled, reminding himself to hold back. Not yet. I don't need your help, Shuri growled. He turned his back, storming off. Mind your own damn business. In the lavish dormitory, Shuri slammed a book to the floor. Those bastards. How dare they mock me? He paced the empty room, furious. My family doesn't even care about my ordination because of that runaway useless punk. He clutched his head in despair. He should go bald like the Skeleton King. A small figure popped out of a suitcase, eyes murderous. What did you just say? Shuri panicked. Hair loss? Do you want to die? I came to be ordained, Kim Yusuk explained, dusting himself off. My uncle and the patriarch wouldn't allow it, so I ran away. He gripped a strange object, his expression shifting, setting that aside. Look at you, getting careless. Letting that trash from the Pope's family call you a servant. Shuri tried to speak. Shut up. A surge of invisible power knocked Shuri down. Yusuk lunged, punching and kicking mercilessly. How dare he disrespect the Eshua family? Eshua is mine. Only I have the right to insult and destroy them. Standing on his flattened cousin, Yusuk declared, Remember this well. I am the one who will burn Eshua to ashes. Shuri groaned on the floor. God, please save that bastard. Don't overreact, Yusuk ordered, stepping off. Get up, lead the way. We're going to deal with the scum who insulted you. Shuri staggered after Yusuk into the luxurious dining hall. The unfamiliar child drew immediate attention. Wow, a red-haired girl remarked. His hair color is really beautiful. Yusuk hummed mischievously, then shouted, Which bastard dared to lay a hand on Eshua? The red-haired girl turned. Shuri froze. That's Naki Seaford, Nigel's sister. Panic set in. I have to stop him before the Inquisitors get involved. Bang. Shuri lunged too late. Yusuk was already standing on Naki's table. Hey, redhead. He pointed a finger in her face. You bullied Kim Shuri, didn't you? I have never bullied Shuri. Naki replied calmly. Nigel did. Yusuk grinned. I see. So you admit to it. Shuri clutched his head in helplessness. Suddenly, a shadow whispered to Yusuk, Master, I sense a familiar energy from this girl. A powerful aura erupted around Naki, the energy of one of the 5 supreme gods. Amidst the tension, a voice addressed the boy. You must be the rumored Isaac. Naki Seaford sneered, mocking the cursed child and the Pope's son opposite her. She scoffed that the Eshua family would soon be purged from the 5 great faiths. Truly a high society type, Kim Yusuk thought. Shuri Eshua frantically intervened. Isaac, don't get involved with that red-haired family. Let's go home. The blonde boy brushed him off. Shut up. I need to be ordained. You never will be, Naki declared coldly. Nigel will appeal to the Holy See and have it cancelled. Shuri gritted his teeth, secretly cursing Naki's brother. Even if Nigel does nothing, your behavior warrants cancellation, Naki added. Behind her, a red-hooded escort whispered, My lady, should I call an Inquisitor? Don't. Shuri yelled in despair. 70% of the Inquisitors are from that red-haired family. Terrified, he grabbed Kim Yusuk. Isaac, let's go. Suddenly, a piercing scream made everyone jump. A gigantic beast's foot, wreathed in dark purple demonic energy, slammed onto the floor. A colossal demon beast materialized. It's a demon beast. Amidst the panic, Kim Yusuk grinned. Here's my insurance. Naki froze. Her escort rushed forward. My lady, Dan, A devastating slap from the beast sent the guard flying. The creature roared, leaping over him to charge Naki. Too fast, she gasped in horror. Kim Yisuk held up a toy. Hey, Tilda, wait. The beast stopped inches from Naki, snatched the toy, and ran to its master, happily licking his face. TSK, took you long enough? Yisuk grumbled. The beast growled, asserting its overwhelming presence. You monster, Naki screamed. Shuri whimpered. Kim Yisuk's red eyes flashed coldly. Begone. The fierce beast wagged its tail and darted away like a puppy, vanishing from sight. A shadow entity whispered to Yisuk. Truly, my master. Summoning a demon beast just to put on a show of chasing it away. White-armored inquisitors burst in. Where is the beast? Naki pointed as the squad leader ordered a pursuit. An inquisitor approached her. My lady, are you alright? Shuri watched, dumbfounded. An inquisitor? He scooped up Kim Yisuk, forcing a laugh. We'll be taking our leave. Halt. No one leaves until the investigation is complete. We're screwed, Shuri thought. Aha, we don't know anything. Tehor, stop, Naki shouted. She pointed at the boy. He saved my life. Kim Yisuk stared blankly from Shuri's arms and a face heel turned faster than flipping a rice paper. Naki approached. Isaac, right? She blushed, awkward. My words were harsh. I apologize. Then quickly. But it's not like I'm grateful or anything. Shuri sweated. What is wrong with this girl? The crowd murmured about the boy receiving a commendation. An escort noted, the rumors about his skills must be true. Nearby, Princess Charlotte Alex Frikhella of the Holy Kingdom wondered if this was the baby her brother had mentioned. Meanwhile, at the Ashua mansion, a voice echoed from a communication orb. Why refuse, Blue Cardinal? Isn't it good for your grandson to be ordained? Eli Ashua cut him off. Get lost. That is none of my concern. My grandson will be educated at the Ashua mansion until he comes. Dot of age. Eli gritted his teeth at the warning that the child's personality would warp. That's precisely the problem. The voice in the orb shifted tone. I wonder if you've heard. A platinum-haired infant is loitering around the academy. Eli froze. Isaac? He shouted toward the balcony. Rely. Rely jumped. Yes, father? Eli rushed out, grabbed his son, and ordered, we're going to the capital. Now. Rely looked bewildered. But it takes a week to reach the capital. Eli checked his watch. We have 23 hours and 48 minutes. The Blue Cardinal growled with iron determination. We run. The next day at the academy, Shuri Eshua pounded on the door. Hey Isaac, what are you doing? He leaned against the wood, despairing. Why would a kid with a head 1/3 the size of his body want a priest's robe? Come out. Everyone is already inside. They'll laugh at us. Shuri slid to the floor in helplessness. I'm done for. Please, just give up and go home. He turned, hands clasped in prayer. I'm begging you. Shuri froze, pale with horror. Kim Yisak smirked mischievously. You. Let's go. Kim Shuri. The ordination banquet was solemn. Candidates sat at tables, whispers echoing, until a voice commanded everyone to stand. Shuri jumped. Heavy footsteps heralded the 5 patriarchs of the great families. Goel Eshua, the successor-to-be, adjusted his collar. I will be the next patriarch of Eshua, Blue Cardinal. Suddenly, Cardinal Eli Eshua rushed in. I'm not late, am I? He grabbed Goel. Have you seen Isaac? Goel blinked. He should be at home, shouldn't he? Eli Eshua ran up, panting. It's too late. I think Isaac is with Shuri. His Holiness, the Pope, has arrived, the Master of Ceremonies announced. Pope Giulio Bariat entered, exuding absolute authority. He raised a hand, a blessing for Hela. As the Pope took his throne, a silver-haired patriarch noted, Isaac is nowhere to be seen. The ceremony began. Shuri clutched a wine glass. I should be relieved. Then, the name Isaac Eshua was called. Eli frowned. Why keep calling his name? He's not even here. Here. Eli spat out his wine. Goel and Relai turned, jaws dropping. Kim Yisak, now a handsome youth, stepped out with a smile. Shuri stared. Isaac, shock rippled through the hall. Eli crushed his glass. Another patriarch jumped up. What the hell? Step forward, Isaac Eshua. The Master of Ceremonies continued. The boy strode ahead confidently. Relai ran to the family table, sobbing happily. Isaac, when did you grow so big? You're even wearing the outfit I made. Whispers erupted. Isn't he a baby? Is the curse broken? Kim Yisak ignored them, offering a mysterious smile. A red-haired patriarch crushed his armrest. Skeleton King, what have you done to Isaac? Eli roared, fearing his grandson was being controlled. My son doesn't smile like that. A silver-haired candidate watched thoughtfully. Could the Eshua family curse have disappeared? He mused that it might be a blessing. Kim Yisak reached the throne where Pope Giulio Bariat sat. He assessed the man quietly. Is he the Pope? The energy radiating from him was monstrous. A crazy thought flashed through Kim Yisak's mind. Should I just chop off his head right now? Eli and Relai Eshua were horrified. Eli panicked. I have to stop it. He shoved the red patriarch, causing a commotion. Oops, hand slipped. Another patriarch jumped up. Ah, a cockroach. The brown patriarch stared in shock. Are you out of your mind? It was as big as my head, the other insisted. Silence, the priest commanded, trying to restore order. Next is Shuri Eshua. Step forward. Yisak scratched his head, annoyed by the delay. From his throne, Pope Julio Barrett watched silently. The priest announced the next phase, the audience with the gods. On the balcony, Gol Eshua beamed at his son. As the Holy Grail was brought forward, the threat of excommunication hung in the air. A supreme blue god will surely appear, Eli told his son. Relai clasped his hands. Surely, no matter how bad it gets, it can't be an evil god, right? If that happens, we will destroy it. Relai stammered as his father grabbed his collar. Destroy what? Yisak? Eli watched Shuri face the Grail. The Grail. Why destroy the child? In the hall, Shuri pricked his finger. A drop fell, stirring the water and emitting a blue stream of power. A brilliant pillar of light enveloped him. Indeed, Gol Eshua exclaimed with pride. A blue high god has descended from my son. Yisak observed coldly. So the Eshua family serves the god of light, a pathetic god of integrity and purity. He raised his bleeding finger. As for myself, any god who meets me will just be a nuisance. He let the blood drop. The high priest froze. The water turned murky, then black. A torrent of demonic energy erupted from the Grail. Relai and Eli watched in silence. That is, Eli stammered. A gigantic skeletal figure emerged from the smoke. The Skeleton King? Eli screamed. The entity loomed over the hall, radiating death. Eli collapsed, eyes glowing red with uncontrollable power. Yisak stared up blankly, bewildered. Eli growled, gathering blue energy, eyes bloodshot. Die, he lunged. But the Skeleton King acted first. Chains shot from the darkness, binding Yisak. A dark voice resonated. I have been waiting for this saint. What? I will destroy this holy nation. The Skeleton King roared, starting with this one. Bound in chains, Yisak wondered, what's wrong with him? His shadow entity screamed in his mind. He looks exactly like I used to. How disgusting. What the hell is this imposter? It glared furiously. My master is even more of a failure than this. The High Priest and Red Patriarch attacked together. Yellow and red magic shot toward the enemy. Eli braced against the shockwave. Stand back. His eyes glowed red as he gathered a blue orb. A gigantic serpent of holy power unleashed, lunging for the Skeleton King. The king faced the serpent calmly. Patriarch of the Blue Clan, your power is limited by a curse. Best stay put. In the corner, the Silver Patriarch sighed. I really don't want to intervene. The building might collapse. Then his eyes flashed deadly red. But you talk too much. The man roared, unleashing a terrifying surge of blue energy. The Skeleton King merely curled his lips into a gruesome smile. He snatched the panicking Kim Yisak, hoisting him as a human shield. Do you want to see this little saint die? Kim Yisak screamed. That's what I'm asking. A witness shrieked as the energy serpent lunged. Your grandson is being held. Eli Eshua only smiled cruelly. A saint won't die from this. Swept into the vortex. Kim Yisak screamed. I'm gonna die. A massive explosion engulfed them in blue light. Gol Eshua covered his head as the Skeleton King was swallowed by the power. The sanctuary crumbled into desolate ruins. Amidst the smoke, Gol Eshua stared at the epicenter. Did it hit him? A nobleman gasped. My god, the Skeleton King is back. He hasn't been seen since he cursed the Joshua family 70 years ago. No, a resolute voice cut through the dust. Kim Yisak, dirty but unharmed, growled, that bastard is an imposter. Eli Eshua spun around, surprised. Isaac, are you all right? Whispers circulated. Shuri Eshua looked at the boy, puzzled. Didn't the king call him a saint? The patriarch knelt to comfort Shuri, while the crowd believed the Skeleton King had been annihilated. Kim Yisak looked up, eyes sharp. There's no way it's dead, he declared. That was just an illusion. A shadow entity appeared behind him, whispering, a shadow clone. Do you feel it? Kim Yisak clenched his fist. It used my mana. He mused. Did my mana cord fall somewhere? He smirked sinisterly. If that imposter has it, even better. I just need to kill it and take it back. Eli Eshua stood lost in memory, recalling his confrontation with the Skeleton King years ago. Nearby, Pope Julio Barrett thought, if I hadn't attacked, he would have killed Isaac too. In the memory, the Pope comforted a weeping Shuri Eshua. But why? The child sobbed. The Pope's mind drifted further back, to the greatest god his family had served for millennia, the one above the 5 supreme gods. Fury seized him. He almost chose that brat from the Joshua family. The flashback ended as the Pope watched Eli Eshua walk away. In the ruins, Eli Eshua approached Kim Yisak. Isaac, let's go home, Eli said, extending his hand. Suddenly, he grabbed Kim's head with a chilling grin. My grandson defeated the curse splendidly. Grandpa will buy you candy. Eli leaned close. Kim recoiled inwardly. He looks like he's dragging me to his slaughterhouse. Duke. A cold voice cut the air. The silver-haired youth stepped forward. I don't think Isaac should return right now. The ground shook as dark energy erupted. Hideous monsters roared from the ruins. Surrounded, Eli Eshua calmly said, "There are still a few things to settle here." Nearby priests watched in dismay. "Nothing can be done now, Patriarch." Kim Yisak smirked. "I don't think we should rush back." He stepped toward the astonished youth. The youth growled, "Arrogant bastard. You call yourself a saint just because you've grown? I'll show you who the real saint is." Holy power swirled in Kim's palm. He thrust his hand forward. Purification. Divine light enveloped them, burning the beasts. The Patriarch exclaimed, "Magnificent. It's been 100 years since I've seen such pure light." But a bespectacled priest frowned. Why use a cleansing spell instead of an attack? The beasts weren't dead, merely stunned. Kim Yisak recalled the woman who taught him. "There's no other way. Selik is the only one I could learn holy arts from," he mused. However, once the purification holy art reaches level 6, a wicked smile curled his lips. It deals damage over time across a wide area. The demonic beasts shrieked, writhing violently. The silver-haired youth intercepted him. "Move. Your arts can't destroy them." He thought even a once-in-a-century talent is capped at level 5. "You're no match for me," he declared. "Watch closely." But the sphere of holy power in his hand crumbled to dust. Kim Yisak scoffed. "Focus your attacks on multiple parts." The youth spun around, angry. "Don't you know anything? These monsters have extreme regen." Yisak's laughter drowned him out. He crossed his arms, sneering. "Kid, you know nothing. Those are decoys." He scanned the ruins. "Where is the core?" Blue divine power streamed from his palm, sweeping the room. Found it. He zeroed in on a small, glowing bug. The silver-haired youth frowned. "It's just a bug." Without a word, Yisak speared it with a pin. Dark energy exploded outward, slamming into the youth. He collapsed. Yisak smirked, holding up the remains. "It slowly poisons humans." Simultaneously, the other students fell, bodies convulsing. The silver-haired youth gasped, recalling the enemy's threat. "That skeleton, it wants to destroy the holy nation." Yisak smiled maliciously. "And these students are its future." While priests shouted orders amidst the chaos, Yisak watched calmly until golden power swept the hall. His eyes widened. "Wait, if you purify them all at once." Dark energy lingered around the students. The shadow entity whispered, "Master, this is our chance." Yisak grinned. "You're a genius." Pope Julio Barrett raised his staff. Immense light flooded the room, absorbing the toxins. Yisak and the youth stared, stunned. The Pope smiled benevolently. "You need not worry about the poison." "Useless geezers," Kim Yisak muttered, his plan ruined. A heavy stomp shook the floor. A giant wolf demon materialized. "You dare defy the great king?" It roared, desperate. "I'll drag you to the grave with me." Yisak's red eyes flashed. An invisible wave of pressure slammed into the beast. "This power," the wolf gasped. As it was blown away, it heard Yisak's disdainful voice, acting like it's a big deal. During the cleanup, the silver-haired youth stared at Yisak. He drove away a demon with a glance. He clenched his fists. "Impossible." He grabbed a passing student. That skill, only the Pope should be able to use it. Meanwhile, news of the Skeleton King spread, causing an uproar. At a High Council meeting, Pope Julio announced, "There was an issue with the holy water vessel. We are investigating." "Is it due to the outsiders?" a patriarch asked. "Only partially." The truth was revealed. The holy dragon's barrier was weakening. At the Joshua mansion, Kim Yisak read the paper. "The invasion weakened the barrier. Since the dragon connects to the royals, the papacy takes no blame." Clever. "My grandson reads so well." A surprised voice rang out. His uncle clapped insincerely. "Congratulations on your ordination, nephew." Reli Eshua beamed. "Our Isaac speaks fluently now. Finally, he can read the Skeleton King's cursed letter." The door burst open. Blue Cardinal Eli Eshua entered. Solemn. "Good. You're both here. Isaac, could you leave? Us to talk privately?" As Kim Yisak left, Eli wasted no time. Divine Art Level 3, Absolute Soundproofing. Silence enveloped the room. Reli asked, "Is the soundproofing art really necessary?" Goal looked equally confused. "It's about Isaac," Eli said grimly. "During the ordination, I think Isaac was chosen by an evil god." He let the words hang in the air. Clearly, it wasn't an ordinary summons. That symbol has never appeared before. He lowered his voice. Only the Pope and the Cardinal of Gold saw it, and the Pope tried to kill him. Unless it was an evil god, there's no way he would do that. Goal muttered, "If it wasn't an evil god." A realization struck him. Could it be a symbol of the Golden Faith? The Golden Faith? Reli shouted. "They're obsessed with purity," Goal explained. "They wouldn't overlook the Eshua family summoning one of their gods." Eli nodded. "It might even be a god they themselves have never summoned." "Isaac definitely did it," Reli exclaimed. "No chance," Goal said flatly, deflating him. "Use a holy relic as bait for Shuri," Eli ordered. "Goal, investigate the papal family. If you do well, Shuri will be rewarded, and Isaac will be under special surveillance until his internship begins." Eli clenched his fist. If Isaac failed, the trial of faith again. The image of an eerie dark priest flashed in their minds. Treason. Exile. "We must stop that at all costs." Eli gritted out. You will soon begin your internship. Eli was droning on about the past when Isaac interrupted. Stop it. It sounds like military service. A trainee whispered earnestly. Do your best. This evaluation determines your future. Oh, right, Isaac replied. Goal smiled cheerfully. Are you interested in the ritual of sacrifice? Isaac gave a sinister smile. Very, especially in executing the Skeleton King's subordinates. I'm so happy to see your faith growing. Let me explain the ritual. Go launched into a rambling discourse, getting lost in his own theology. Isaac looked utterly bored. He looks really happy, he thought. He whispered to the demon beside him. Those low-level gods better start praying. I'm going to tear them apart. Misunderstanding completely, Go laughed. Isaac wants to take action himself. That fighting spirit is excellent. The team with the highest score gets the honor of execution. Good luck, Shuri. At the words group project, Isaac froze, his face paling with horror. Goal patted his shoulder. I hope you achieve what you desire. Yes, uncle, Isaac said stiffly. There's no other way. He smiled brightly. I'll kill the other teams, then go save my subordinates. Seeing the innocent smile, Goal sighed in relief. How could a child like this become a dark priest? Suddenly, the man asked, By the way, Isaac, which god came to you during the ordination? Isaac froze. In his mind, a dark priest screamed. Destruction. An unpleasant symbol, Isaac said finally, made me want to vomit. The men paled. An evil god, Goal whispered. They quickly backpedaled. It's fine. Faith is what matters. I don't care, Isaac shrugged. When told the Cardinal of Gold wanted to meet, he frowned. What does that guy want now? Isaac Eshua. Rely called out, staring at the defiant boy. Suddenly, the door crashed open. Kaina Barrett stood there, eyes sharp. I have something to say to you. Rely and the brown-haired man watched tensely as Kaina approached. Isaac. Kaina grabbed the boy's hand, leaning in close. I thought you were useless. I'm serious, Isaac. Isaac gritted his teeth. You bastard, are you crazy? Do you want to pick a fight? Kaina smiled. I realized you've been hiding for 10 years to focus on training, keeping your skills pure from vermin. The consecration ceremony proves you possess extraordinary talent. Isaac stared in horror. I'm starting to get scared. This guy really is crazy. Kaina extended his hand. Train with me under my grandfather. We'll step directly into the professional world. Take my hand, Isaac. We'll behead the Skeleton King in front of everyone, and together, we will lead this empire. The brown-haired man stood stunned. Is this the papal family's new way of bullying? No, he looks too serious. The conditions are so good, it's giving me goosebumps. Isaac slapped Kaina's hand away. Get lost. Kaina blinked in astonishment, but the brown-haired man just smirked. That's right, he's always been a lunatic. Kaina tried to press the offer, but Isaac cut him off. I don't care. He pointed at the brown-haired man. If you really want to bring something along, take that thing. He's on a completely different level than you. The brown-haired man raged silently. Kaina lost his patience. You have extraordinary talent, strong enough to drive away a demon with a glance. A shadow entity whispered in Isaac's ear. I think this bastard just wants to learn that technique from me. Makes me want to do it even less. Isaac pushed Kaina back. Get lost. Just imagining the Pope's lessons makes me sick. Kaina froze. Did you just say my grandfather is so disgusting he makes you want to vomit? Of course. I wanted to chop off his head right end. A hand clamped over Isaac's mouth. The force of the arrival made Rely and the others stumble. My grandson is busy. An authoritative voice rang out. Eli Eshua, the Blue Cardinal, hoisted the boy onto his shoulder. Don't loiter around him anymore. Kaina yelled as Isaac was dragged away. If you play with him, that trash's nature will rub off on you, Eli growled, tightening his grip. Left behind, Kaina could only stare in stunned silence. Draped over the shoulder, a venomous vow formed in Kim Yisak's heart. You Eshua scum, I will destroy your entire family. Now, a new challenge awaited. The pentagonal test, an ordeal supervised by cardinals of the 4 great faiths, white, gold, blue, and black. Kim Yisak resolved himself. I must pass this test to become a priest, no matter the cost. Donning his trainee uniform, he asked, My teammates are here, right? He soon realized groups were formed by family ties, a setup to incite factional warfare. Nearby, Shuri Eshua boasted loudly about arranging a team entirely of acquaintances. Yisak smiled slyly, pushing the door open. I'll whip them into shape, then go rescue my subordinates. He grinned, sensing a presence. He's here. Instead, a voice ordered the crowd, tie that bastard up. Before Yisak could react, he was surrounded. We heard you're the one who bullied Shuri. 2 ringleaders smirked. Consider this a little game. You'll die if you tell Shuri. Yisak crossed his arms. Trouble. A teenager held out a baby rattle, sneering. Consider this a social gathering. The group burst into mocking laughter. They say he's still a baby, so it must be true. The rattle slammed into the teenager's face. The blue-haired ringleader gaped as his comrade collapsed, covered in blood. The group screamed, What the hell? This crazy bastard. Yisak calmly picked up the toy. What's important is that we become closer. He flashed a savage smile as the rattle emitted dark energy. So let's get really close, everyone. Amidst desperate screams, Yisak raised the rattle like a sacred artifact of punishment. Shuri. Ashua stared at the unbelievable sight. Isaac sitting atop a human pyramid. Isaac, I'm just asking because I don't understand, Ashua said, bewildered. You call this a social gathering? Those crushed beneath the weight cried out, Shuri, save us. He's your little brother. Shuri blushed, stammering. Thanks for playing with my little brother. Then he yelled in despair, what the hell are you thinking? The criterion is unity. Unity? Yisak asked innocently. Can't you see them forming a pyramid? That's plenty of unity. They're only surrendering because of your power, you lunatic. Shuri screamed. Yisak ignored him and handed over a piece of paper. Whatever, look at this. Shuri skimmed the list, stunned. These are the guys trying to leech off you. They've been draining you for 7 years, Yisak explained. A purple-haired guy argued, our family has nothing to give you. Are you sure? Yisak cut him off, eyes glowing red. Your limbs are intact. Your organs are fresh. Yisak smiled coldly. I don't want anything special. Trash. Just a healthy exchange. So make sure you work as a team diligently, innocently, and loyally. He flashed a savage grin. Understood? Understood. A trembling voice replied from below. All right, social gathering over. The thugs scattered like a broken beehive. A brown-haired young man ran after Yisak. What if we fail the assessment? The first criterion is unity. Don't worry, Yisak replied. I have a plan. Follow me. Yisak gleefully threw open a large cabinet. Look at this. Inside, a candidate was tied and gagged, eyes wide with panic. Tada! Yisak exclaimed. The brown-haired man grabbed Yisak's collar. You crazy bastard. He's a teammate, our uncle's son. He has a letter, Yisak said calmly. I hereby withdraw from the position of spy. They froze. Yisak removed the gag and the brown-haired man knelt before the traitor. It was Nigel, wasn't it? The captive sobbed. I'm sorry. I had no choice. He told me to sabotage the Eshua team by making unreasonable demands, knowing Shuri would accept them. Then came the final truth. Nigel ordered us to attack Isaac as a greeting. Yisak's eyes gleamed with deadly light. Nigel Seafin. Attacking me wasn't enough. Now he's trying to execute my subordinates. I need to teach him a lesson. Days later, a shout rang through a luxurious mansion. You can't do it anymore? Nigel Seffet yelled at his subordinate. What's so hard about being a spy? Why is everyone giving up? We had a social gathering, the subordinate trembled. I couldn't handle it. Furious, Nigel waved his hand. Whatever. Get out of my sight. A female subordinate reassured him. Don't worry. The Eshua team still has 3 people loyal to our house. If they turn, the team is doomed. Nigel bit his nails. That brat is getting on my nerves. I should have killed him long ago. Even his father was interested in Yisak, which only annoyed Nigel more. Invite him to my house? Don't make me laugh. Nigel stood up abruptly. Everything ends today. He strode forward with a smug smile, certain the Eshua team would finally be kicked out. The candidates gathered in the Pentagon of Unity. While the supervisor prattled on about teamwork, Yisak yawned. But when he heard the first criterion was voting, he froze. Nigel crossed his arms. The rule was insidious. If one person voted against maintaining the team, the whole team failed. His plan was set. The spies in the green team would ensure failure. Yisak realized the infiltration as Nigel smirked. The supervisor addressed the room. I will now announce the result. Her gaze focused on the list. Green team. Nigel confidently declared, this team will. Unanimously maintained. The supervisor announced, you have passed the Pentagon of Unity test. Yisak turned back with a triumphant smile. A panic call echoed from behind. Isaac, wait for me. His teammate caught up, panting. How did you all unanimously pass? Remember the Cardinal of Gold wanting to meet me? Yisak asked. I told him to give me a golden elixir first. He did. So I used it to make a deal with them. The teammate panicked. You gave it to them before the vote? Yisak stopped, smiling sinisterly. It's fine. I trust my teammates. The teammate felt a glimmer of hope. Is he finally becoming a true cleric? Desperate screams shattered that hope. The bullies writhed on the floor. Hey, we did everything you asked. They crawled forward, begging for an antidote. Yisak feigned innocence. Antidote? What's that? He gave a thumbs up. I believe they wouldn't betray me. Was it poison? The teammate cried in despair. I gave them a real golden elixir. Yisak replied calmly. 93% flour, a bit of laxative, and a dust speck of gold. Time for them to pay for sucking Shuri dry. Please. We passed the test. The bullies begged. All right, I'll keep my promise. Where did I put it? Yisak cheerfully held up a package. Ah, found it. His teammate froze. This crazy bastard. That's a used diaper. As a bully crawled toward it, Shuri Eshua screamed in horror. Suddenly, Nigel Seffet kicked the door open. Give me back my subordinates, you bastard. I don't know how you bribed them, but his subordinates transformed into demons, charging their former master. Shuri rushed to block them. Yisak cursed the interference. Yisak looked down at the stunned Nigel. I heard you told them humans seek overwhelming power in crucial moments. Nigel gritted his teeth. You're wrong. Their top priority is survival. No one can defy death. Yusak smirked, red eyes glowing. Nigel broke into a cold sweat. No way. The murderous aura crushed him. Are those the eyes of a human? In the Holy See, a high-ranking cleric sat at his desk. Enter. 7 days to meet an apprentice. Irritating. The aide entered timidly. Your Eminence, Isaac refuses to come. He also said next time send a really big chunk of gold. The Cardinal of Gold erupted, a murderous aura filling the room. Bring that bastard before me. Meanwhile, Nigel Seffett strode down the hallway, seething. He stopped at a group of strangers. Why are you loitering around the dormitory? The group leader replied nervously, cursing his luck at running into the House of Red. Yisak appeared. Why are you late? I need things for the tea party. The servants quickly played along, stammering excuses. Nigel froze, realizing he was trapped in another charade. As the servants turned to leave, Nigel unleashed a torrent of purgatorial hellfire, engulfing one in desperate screams. Standing over the charred body, Nigel glared at Yisak. I have something to say to you. Nigel Seffett sneered, radiating faint divine power. Don't you want to try a fun trial of faith? Shuri Yeshua panicked. No, he'll be burned at the stake. At worst, the entire family will be annihilated. Nigel tightened his red sash. I have something convenient that reacts the moment you touch it. Use this. Suddenly, a cold voice cut from the shadows. Isaac Yeshua. Cardinal Barrett stepped forward, towering over Nigel. I didn't expect you to refuse my summons just to play games. The Cardinal of Gold's face twisted in rage. Am I a joke to you? He grabbed Nigel by the collar. Do you take me for a fool? Nigel froze. Cardinal Barrett, I didn't expect someone from the House of Red to touch my servants. Nigel spun to look at Kim Yisak. Damn it, he's with Barrett? I apologize, Your Eminence. Kim Yisak placed a hand on his chest, feigning innocence. As you can see, young Master Nigel here forbade me from associating with the House of Gold. I couldn't respond in time. Nigel's jaw dropped. When did I ever say that? He scrambled to salvage the situation. And why would a cardinal summon a trainee? That breaks protocol. Kim Yisak covered his mouth and whispered something to the cardinal, then smiled. Well, this is fun. The cardinal turned an icy glare toward Nigel. Third son of the House of Red, it seems you have too much free time. I've overlooked your actions out of respect for your father until now. No, wait, that's not it. I will assign extra tasks to your team from the Sanctized, Barrett commanded. Nigel howled in despair. Now the cardinal told Isaac, come to my quarters. Your Eminence, I apologize, Kim Yisak said smoothly. But I must meet the Cardinal of Red first. He has also summoned me. The blatant lie left Nigel dumbfounded. The Cardinal of Red just summoned you? Barrett asked suspiciously. That's right, Yisak chirped. Nigel broke into a cold sweat. I never told him he was summoned. How did he know? At this rate, Barrett will underestimate me. I have to get out of here. Desperate. Nigel threw an arm around Yisak's shoulder. Exactly. I came here to summon Isaac myself. I'll take him. The Cardinal gave him a freezing stare that made Nigel flinch. You have a prior engagement. So be it. Go. Barrett waved a hand dismissively, then muttered as he walked away. But since you've inconvenienced the House of Gold, expect even more tasks starting tomorrow. Nigel roared in silent fury. He tried to compose himself, but when he turned back, Kim Yisak had vanished. Where did that bastard go? Nigel yelled. A nearby candidate pointed down the hall. He went to sleep. Sleep? He says he needs to sleep early to grow quickly. Nigel gritted his teeth. It's only 2 in the afternoon. He pounded on the door, but inside, Kim Yisak was fast asleep, completely ignoring the noise. 3 days later, the only sound in the hall was the dry squeak of a mop. Nigel Seffett scrubbed the floor, muttering, Isaac Yeshua, I'll kill you. He collapsed, howling. Where was the fairness in cleaning 18 hours a day? He could only complain to his father via the communication orb about his own incompetence. I have to bring that kid to my father, Nigel resolved. I'll ambush him in the prayer room. 6 hours passed. His patience was running on fumes when a teammate burst in. What are you doing? We still have work. As Nigel was dragged away, he yelled, Wait, I need to see Isaac. Then he froze. In the distance, Kim Yisak stood watching, smiling and waving as his enemy was hauled off in despair. Yisak laughed. Another candidate approached, taunting, Cruel. Did you come just to provoke him? It's fun, Yisak replied. The shadow entity asked why the Cardinal of Red was necessary. Because Cardinal Barrett will never give us the king rank, Yisak explained. The talent rankings appeared from the irreplaceable king down to the worthless skeleton. The shadow cursed. If Barrett gives us skeleton rank, we're expelled. He just wants me dead. His companion dropped a bomb. Your mother was engaged to Cardinal Barrett. Yisak froze. His father had stolen the Cardinal's fiancée. He flinched as his shadow entity poked its head out of a paper bag. Ally with the Cardinal of Red to restrain Barrett, the friend urged. The plan was simple. Ensure Barrett's faction passed the Red faction's test to create an implicit alliance. Yes, this works. Yisak thought. A bloody hand clamped over his mouth. His teammate turned, bewildered. Huh, what did you just say? He sat alone in the silent prayer room. Isaac? In a magnificent chamber, the Cardinal of Gold heard a knock. He granted entry, and the door exploded in fire. Yisak emerged from the smoke. "Greetings, kidnapper. Are you well?" He sneered. "You act refined, yet you send servants to snatch me? Insolent brat. I have something to discuss." "Oh, I'm sure," Yisak cut in. "Summon me because I've been ignoring you?" "Isaac Joshua," the cardinal stated sternly. "I wish to adopt you into the Golden Family." Yisak stood stunned. "Adopted?" Anger flared. "Is this a game? A scheme to suppress the Joshua family?" "No tricks," the cardinal said. "Leave the Joshuas. Join the Barretts." Yisak grew suspicious. "Is it because the fake skeleton king called me a saint?" He dismissed it. "What do I get if I become your son?" The cardinal smiled knowingly. "A brat negotiating? We will give you everything the Joshua family cannot." Yisak laughed contemptuously. "The Joshua family lacks nothing. I hear they're trying to confine you." Yisak stiffened. The cardinal's voice echoed over the image of a kneeling acolyte. "The Vatican demands restraint. The Golden Family does not. We will support everything you wish to do." Yisak narrowed his eyes. "Not enough. Unless you make me the next head of the Barrett family." The cardinal paused. "I thought you aimed to be a saint. Now you want the papacy too? Joining my faction would be advantageous. I am a man of the Vatican regardless. Offered territory, gold, tax exemptions, and status." Yisak finally nodded. "I'll consider it." "Excellent. We begin immediately." "Wait, don't tell the Joshua family yet." "All right." Yisak grinned. "I will keep the secret myself." Down the corridor, another candidate froze, having overheard everything. He screamed. The cardinal's shadow loomed behind him. He collapsed, trembling, then scrambled up. "I didn't hear anything," he shrieked, fleeing. The cardinal watched him go, unconcerned, then walked away coldly. Yisak's opinion meant nothing. "I only said I'd think about it," Yisak thought. "Never that I'd go there." Isaac retorted with a smug look. "Even if I die, I will not join the papal family." "Even if you die?" the cardinal pressed. "That's right." The cardinal gritted his teeth, anger flaring at the boy's stubbornness. "You are exactly like your mother. From your appearance to your way of speaking," he growled, smiling sinisterly. He threatened that a single word from him could excommunicate Isaac and destroy his future. Grabbing the boy by the collar, the cardinal snarled. "You know that, yet you still dare to speak this way." Unfazed, Isaac smirked. "Then I will create a country that needs neither priests nor popes. Why would a nation need 2 leaders? It will be my country regardless." The cardinal stammered, stunned. "You? What the hell are you?" Isaac's demeanor instantly brightened. "To defeat the skeleton king, you need at least this much courage, don't you?" He smiled casually. "Let's just pretend I never heard your adoption offer. It would be better for you too." As the cardinal held him back, Isaac leaned in, whispering, "But thanks to you, I'm even more interested now. I wonder what happened at the investiture ceremony. What could have happened to make them want to adopt the direct heir of a rival family?" The question struck the cardinal like a hammer. Isaac pulled back with a triumphant smile. "I'm sure the people of the Empire are incredibly curious too. Maybe..." Meanwhile, at the Joshua mansion, a voice echoed in disbelief. "You passed the 5-point unison." Eli Yeshua roared. "Why did Isaac do that? He was supposed to fail." He turned away, muttering, "Damn it. It seems my faith isn't strong enough." He knelt helplessly. Raising the holy chalice, he prayed, "Praise be to God, my Lord," before his rage flared again. "Get out, my grandson. Get out." Benjamin Joshua, the second son, watched in confusion. "Reli, what happened to the family while I was away?" He gave a forced, sarcastic laugh. "Since when did they start using the Vatican's faith to curse others?" When asked if Isaac was a troublemaker, Reli Yeshua immediately defended him. "The boy is very kind, innocent, polite, and intelligent." He tried to explain, though their father continued muttering curses. "I think father is just too worried about his grandson." "It's good that a child with inheritance potential has appeared," Benjamin mused, "but I feel strangely uneasy." Eli still couldn't believe it. Why hadn't the blessing worked? Reli, watching him, secretly thought it looked more like a curse. "Even so," Reli said, "I understand that child now holds great significance for grandfather." Just then, Leah Joshua returned. "Greetings, family head uncle," she asked curiously, "but how did he pass unison?" She received only a curt silence. "The papal family is showing excessive interest in Isaac," Eli said, his voice low with concern. "He's too outstanding for his investiture to be delayed." Reli thought anxiously. A heavy, suffocating atmosphere settled over the 3 men. Benjamin suddenly noticed an envelope. "Father, who sent that letter?" Eli sighed mournfully. "It's from your 4th brother." He looked at his sons coldly. "It belongs to your older brother." Reli was stunned. "No? He sent a letter?" The letter's arrogant content pierced the patriarch's pride like a knife. Eli growled, "This is why we need to re-educate Isaac. If you don't think Isaac is capable enough, Reli, then you will be the next patriarch." But the boy passed the harmony test. Benjamin tried to appease him. "Perhaps there's still hope." The mechanical bird in Eli's hand suddenly shrieked. "Nonsense. Hope, my ass." It transformed into the fire spirit, Shilak. "What's wrong, Shilak?" Eli asked calmly. "That bastard is going around using his rattle drum to hit other kids," Shilak accused furiously. Benjamin sighed. "That's Isaac for you. Eli was speechless. The boy had even poisoned and blackmailed his teammates to pass the test. As Eli tried to calm himself, Shuri Yeshua rushed in. Cardinal Barrett has requested to adopt Isaac. Deadly silence filled the room. Benjamin quickly defended, Father, Isaac is a Yeshua. There's no way he would desert us. Shuri stammered, revealing Isaac's answer. He said, excellent. What did he do? To trick Isaac? Rely grabbed Shuri, roaring. Nearby, servants whispered, money will solve it. Eli's furious voice rang out. His grandfather is standing right here, and they dare steal my kin? The patriarch's killing intent filled the room. A treasure chest creaked open, gold glittering inside. Onlookers gasped. All from the Barrett family, a candidate murmured. Just for Isaac? So the rumors about his ties to the Pope are true. Isaac thought, compensation, hush money. He eyed the gold, mind racing with schemes. Then a candidate raised a banner to Joshua Isaac of the Azure Faith. Isaac froze. Gold is fine, but what is that? Why? A messenger handed him a letter. The patriarch sent this? That stingy old man? Sweat beating, Isaac cracked the seal. Inside was an image of Eli Yeshua making a heart symbol with the caption, you are one of us. Isaac recoiled in horror. Why are they doing this to me? Suddenly, a figure materialized, startling the crowd. Isaac flinched. Leah Yeshua. He paled, trembling as he spotted the matriarch beside her. The matriarch too? What? Panic set in. Damn it, Melissa. Do you know how hard I tried to avoid you? He grabbed two candidates, scanning for an exit. A brown-haired candidate shook Isaac. Wow, looks so real. That video is from the communication orb, right? Isaac punched him in the face. You bastard. You scared the hell out of me, he snarled. I thought she was really here. An authoritative voice echoed from the orb. You must be Isaac. Melissa Eshua's projection smiled. I heard you've grown quickly. So you truly defeated the Skeleton King's curse. I'm impressed. Isaac exhaled. Good thing it's just a projection. If she met me directly, she'd know I'm the Skeleton King. I heard you were recently abducted by his forces, Melissa continued, eyes sharp and cold. You must have suffered. Elsewhere, a green-haired woman called out, Isaac. Kim Yisak froze. No way. Can she sense it through the orb? The woman turned on a nearby young man, radiating hostility. Why do I sense Isaac's power on you? Kim Yisak pieced it together. It's because I swallowed the Skeleton King's finger 10 years ago. He snapped back to reality as Melissa and Leah suddenly materialized in the flesh. Melissa smiled at the young man who had swallowed the finger. Ah, I heard from Raleigh. Isaac can't be here anyway. Kim Yisak gritted his teeth. Nearby, Nigel Seffitt grumbled to his companion about the Saintess's presence. Melissa walked straight to him. Because I am interested in you, third son of House Red. As she exposed his failures, an invisible force knocked Nigel to the ground. While Nigel reeled, Leah stuck her tongue out at a stunned Kim Yisak. Melissa turned to him. Anyway, I've prepared a special reward. Kim Yisak's eyes lit up. A gift? Money? The reward was a nightmare. My ultimate technique, the one that defeated even the Skeleton King. The boy gaped in horror at the priceless gift. Humiliated, Nigel roared as his teammates dragged him away. The green-haired woman watched the crowd gaze hardening. This won't do. Suddenly, Melissa's voice rang out, directed at a kneeling applicant. Do you think I would tolerate you poisoning your teammates? Molech, a spy and son of the fallen count, spoke up. Saintess, I must speak about Kim Yisak. His rights should be revoked. He adopted a sinister expression, then switched to feigned tears. Kim Yisak gave us poison to pass the harmony test. The accusation hung in the hall. Molech sobbed, playing to the crowd. A sane applicant using poison? Melissa looked genuinely confused. She was horrified by the accusation, while Kim Yisak stood behind her, indifferent. In the crowd, Nigel Seffitt whispered, Excellent. Get him out and I'll put you on my team immediately. The green-haired woman called out, Kim Yisak. He flinched. Melissa's demeanor shifted instantly. Do you think poison alone is enough? She growled, leaving Molech bewildered. It's ineffective for improving spiritual power. You did a terrible job. Molech frantically grabbed her hand. Wait, Saintess. Kim Yisak really beat us black and blue. Melissa turned to lecture Yisak. Remember, hitting the flesh does no good. Next time, break their bones. She prepared to demonstrate on herself, but Leah stopped her. No, please. You'll kill the child. Molech screamed. Leah extended a hand toward the terrified spy. Want a hand? I can break them cleanly in one go. Her smile was terrifyingly radiant. As Molech's shriek echoed, Yisak stepped in. No need. I'll handle it. Melissa watched in silence as he leaned down to the cowering spy. You should have listened when I threatened you. Yisak grabbed his collar. From now on, you are my meat shield and my servant. Molech cursed under his breath. The Joshua family is full of lunatics. In a sunlit room within a magnificent building, Yisak scratched his head. Kim Yisak, do you want to become the family head? Yeah, sure. Melissa Eshua pressed. What will you do if you succeed? Eliminate the Saintesses. Molech screamed, but Yisak clamped a hand over the spy's mouth. The boy declared confidently, I will defeat the Skeleton King. He turned to the matriarch. You should also give up being a sanctus, Grandma. Leah was stunned. Melissa merely pondered his audacity, then smiled mysteriously. No, I committed a sin that no one should commit. Flashback. Young Leah holds a wooden sword, listening to Melissa speak of a once-in-a-millennium chance to kill the Skeleton King. However, I couldn't do it, Melissa said, stroking the child's head. Back in the present, she finished, even so, God did not forgive me. Because of me, the Joshua family is cursed. That is the burden I must bear. What sin did you commit? Isak pressed. Melissa only smiled. Leah quickly defended her. I'm sure she had her reasons. Melissa stood and presented a box. Yisak, this is why I wanted to see you. Inside lay the Sanctus's rosary. Yisak realized its significance, immediately the only one of its kind in the world. Suddenly, a silver-haired man appeared, smiling smugly as if wondering why she had given the artifact away. I stored my power in it because I heard your attack spells were too weak, he explained, winking. Use it, or you won't survive. I will soon come to the Holy Kingdom to teach you how to defeat the Skeleton King. Get lost. Yisak snapped. Never show your face here again. The vision vanished. I should go too, Melissa announced and left the room. Alone now, Yisak jumped when Leah appeared behind him. She scrutinized him. Yisak, tell me, you have a manicore, don't you? He froze, cold sweat breaking out. How did she know? Even Melissa missed it. He considered eliminating her until she mumbled, Could I have been wrong? Yisak seized the opening. What's inside there is the manicore from the building outside. He feigned awkwardness. Ah, yes, the manicore. That's right. Holding manticore in hand, he lied. I forgot I couldn't absorb it immediately. Tried to break the seal with a spell, but it failed. Leah bought it and unclasped her necklace. This can break the seal. Yisak gaped, accepting the artifact while rejoicing inwardly. Amazing. Not only does she know about manicores, she knows how to break the seal. Leah smiled gently. I understand you're trying to revive the family techniques. She pressed on, so after eliminating the Sanctuses, what's the plan? Yisiak's eyes sparkled like coins. Become a rich, unemployed bum. Leah burst into giggles. Melissa Eshua laughed loudly, waving goodbye. See you when your internship ends. Overwhelmed by her aura, Yisio thought, she's definitely not an ordinary person. Her escort stood sternly beside her. Milady, let's return. He guided her toward the magnificent carriage but held her back, voice lowered in worry. That necklace helps unlock the family's secret arts. I know, Melissa replied curtly, stepping inside. The knight remained uneasy. It's an heirloom. The direct lineage wants it. Melissa smiled meaningfully. If someone takes it from the boy, he's not as talented as I thought. When he worried about Isaac becoming family head, she shrugged. Better that than him going to the Holy See. Moments earlier, Yisiok had grandly declared, eliminate the Sanctuses. I will defeat the Skeleton King, making Leah laugh sarcastically. Yes, go ahead, Isaac. In reality, Yisiok was just drooling over the treasure, eyes turned to currency symbols. The scene shifted to an ancient mansion submerged in torrential rain. My lord, young Master Goel, long time no see, a joyful voice echoed. Goel Eshua greeted the elderly woman coldly. How is Joshua? Still a pile of trash, as usual. Goel smirked. Hypocrites. Honestly, I'm afraid I'll grow attached. Suddenly, his gaze sharpened. Intuition struck. Something happened at the investiture ceremony. A gruesome image flashed in his mind. The priest in charge of Isaac found dead in the monster forest. Bad enough to eliminate the witness, he muttered. And the Barrett family wants to adopt Isaac, unless they've gone mad. He gritted his teeth. Too many anomalies and digging deeper could be lethal. I want to rest. Don't come in. He slammed the door. Alone in the dark, he scoffed. Attached? Me? Who handed the Joshua family rights to Cardinal Barrett? He admitted he had been too close once, but bitterly felt no kinship in this damned house now. Determined to find the truth, Goel entered the family's secret information archives. Goel flipped through the records. Isaac Joshua, the invested one. Finally, he found it. Here, Isaac Joshua, the mark of the god the boy chose. Realization struck, and he froze. Everything is. A divine light exploded in Goel's mind. Everything is with me, the greatest god. He slammed the notebook shut. So that's it? That's why the papal family did this. Goel rushed out. This wasn't about the Holy See anymore. It was about the Barrett family's survival. He clenched his fist. No, this is a matter of survival for the entire empire. Elsewhere, a trainee uniform lay discarded amidst a pile of treasures. Kim Jessic asked, is this money enough to find a weapon to destroy the binding orb? The shadow entity pointed to a glowing stone. The problem is the anti-demon stone. It's immune to all energy. Kim Jisak roared. They turned my subordinate's binding orb into an anti-demon stone? Crazy bastards. He sighed, sitting on the bed. According to Leah, this should release the seal. He eyed the blue pendant. He'd never seen anything like it. As the object's touch, he exclaimed, it's opening. Dark energy surged from the mana core. Eat. The shadow entity lunged. Dark magic engulfed the room as the subordinate devoured the core. Overjoyed, Kim Jae-seok sensed the mana was enough to upgrade his rank. He could use higher level spells now. He burst into insane laughter, reveling in the power, and the shadow roared with him. The laughter died abruptly. He stared at his hand. It was stripped to white bone. "What is this?" he screamed. Silence followed. He slumped onto the bed, exhausted, raising the skeletal limb. This damn skeleton again. He gritted his teeth. The Skeleton King's curse, the power reversing life and death, was resurfacing. My body has countless blessings. It won't be easily devoured, he reassured himself. But the sudden mana spike had broken the balance between divine power and the curse. Praying would take too long. Relics were wasteful. It can't be helped, he decided. I'll use the Pentagon, the Red Challenge. A heretical test to drastically boost divine power. Chuckling, he wrapped his hand in bandages. Just have to keep it hidden until then. Hey, Isaac. Another candidate burst in, panicked. What are you doing? This is bad. Kim Jae-seok froze, but the boy was suspicious. Why were you laughing alone? Creepy. And why hide your hand? Are you hurt? Kim stammered, but the boy lunged. Let me see. He ripped the bandages away. Bones? Are those bones? Master, erase his memory. The shadow yelled. Too risky. The boy stared, stunned. Could it be? Your rotten morality is because of this decaying body. Kim Jae-seok blinked at the pity in the boy's eyes. You should have said something. Everyone thinks you're evil because of this. The boy recalled the Joshua family history. Talent always came with defects, just like that ancestor. Or should I just kill him? Kim thought. The boy grabbed him. Tell Grandpa, he can treat you. You'll die young. Kim Jae-seok leaned into the act. He couldn't let his identity leak. Don't tell Grandpa or the uncles. He clasped his skeletal hands, feigning innocence. I don't want to worry them. Besides, the Pentagon is more important. He declared grandly, I want to personally execute the Skeleton King's minions before I die. The other boy stood speechless, moved to tears. Kim Jae-seok. He turned to leave, dropping a tempting line. Don't worry, I won't die so easily. The new friend took the bait. There's a way to live? Tell me. Seizing the moment, Kim Jae-seok turned back with a sinister smile. His red eyes glowed. I need you to deliver something to the Cardinal of the Red Faction. 20 days later, a furious shout echoed in the Great Hall. Isaac, you devil. Haggard candidates listed their grievances. One almost died from a bathroom bomb. Another found poison gas in their pillow. And a third had poisoned food. Meanwhile, the culprit Kim Jae-seok innocently munched on bread. Don't they like my training plan? Enraged, a candidate held up a target list. These are absurd ways to die. Those are your goals, Jae-seok replied calmly. He stood and pointed at a pile of large sacks. Now, put these on. The group was bewildered to find they were heavy sandbags. We're priests, not knights, they protested. Do you want us to train physically? Jae-seok explained they needed to prepare for the upcoming Pentagon test. The next test is intelligence, someone retorted. Oh, he admitted casually, pulling on weighted gloves. I swapped the order. The next test is the Red Pentagon, a physical one. He raised a fist happily. Our project will be different. The group stood speechless. Stop chatting, Jae-seok ordered. Grab a sandbag. We're running 50 laps around the field. A brown-haired candidate growled, nonsense. How can you change the order? In 50 laps? You're crazy. Jae-seok held up a scroll. Oh, I misspoke. He grinned terrifyingly. 100 laps. He bared his teeth, gritting out each word. If we don't get first place, you'll regret it. From a distance, his shout echoed. Run, you bastards. After the session, an exhausted candidate threw off his gear. Damn it, forget it. We don't need to try this hard. In the lounge, another lamented. 2 kings are enough. We already have one. The blue pentagon will surely give us the next. Jae-seok grabbed him by the collar. Are you kidding? We need at least 5. Friends held back a blonde boy who shouted, red and yellow will never give us a king. Besides, the next test is yellow. Why train like this? Another added, the order is an imperial tradition. Who gave you permission to mess with it? Just then, a candidate rushed in, panting. News! The next test is the Red Pentagon. The group was stunned. The Red Cardinal spoke with the Yellow Cardinal and changed the order. Horror set in. The Red Pentagon is one-on-one combat. If we fail this, we fail the entire program. They all turned to Kim Jae-seok. Now that the next test has been decided, Jae-seok stood with crossed arms and a sinister smile. Can we start training now? Days later, at the Royal Training Center, the atmosphere was heavy as lead. Nizer Zeppet grumbled, damn it. I can't believe father listened to Isaac. Nearby, his father, Leon Zeppet, mused. Isaac said he'd show me something interesting. Now it's a team battle. Despite the change, Nizer smirked. Whatever. Why worry about the blue team led by Shuri Joshua? He was certain the combat-specialized Red House would never lose to such a weak team. Charge. Nizer rallied his teammates, rushing into the arena. We'll deal with them in a flash. But as they entered, their smiles froze. In the stands, Red Cardinal Leon Zeppet frowned. Huh? Opposite them, the blue team emerged. Accompanying Kim Jae-seok was none other than Kina Biret. Jae-seok explained innocently, my cupbearer had a stomachache. He grinned, pointing at Kina. Luckily, I found a replacement. It's just training, so it should be fine, right? Nizer Zeppet froze his face. Amidst the murmurs of the crowd, Kina Birit stepped forward, radiating the power of a high-ranking priest. Leon Zeppet turned to the Cardinal of Gold. This has gone too far, Leon said. Why did you put Kina on the blue team? He stopped, realizing the Cardinal looked just as bewildered. Flashback. Kim Yusak offers Kina a deal. If I clean up the small fry, will you teach me a powerful technique? Present, Nizer Zeppet stood watching, betrayal written on his face. This is cheating, he roared. She's not a trainee. Why is a high-level individual interfering? Kina answered coldly, I refuse the promotion. I gave up my privileges to remain a trainee like Isaac Joshua.